everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Dolphins going up against the Bengals.
Larry, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. Caleb Sturgis now to do the honors and get us started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
So much of this game is still mental, still psychological. Yeah, we just saw a big-time run right there, but you have to believe he was dreaming about this last night in his hotel room before this one, thinking, hey, first time I touch it, let's go for some big yardage and set a tone. That's exactly what he got done.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Ten yards still left on second down. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a third down. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. B.J. Goodson in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Charles Harris, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. He'll set up to throw. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. A big play there for the Bengals. 52 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Jalen Strong, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins' offense now heads back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? And some changes here as the D-line separates some. To throw is Garoppolo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. He's at the 30, and he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 61 yards. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Dorial Green Beckham, a 17-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On second down, here's Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. His throw caught at about the 5. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief.
Yeah, usually those wide receivers. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tevin Coleman from 8 yards out. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need to rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing on second. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
the gun on third, Garoppolo. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Play fake here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and got his man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 68 yards. And the Bengals add on to their lead. That was a nice little setup there off play action for the long touchdown pass.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, it brings back bad memories for a guy like me as a former defensive back, because in a playbook I knew a long time ago, we described that play pattern as draw pass 9 go, meaning fly pattern after the play action pass, try and hit him for the deep ball, and boy, were they successful on that one. So tough because his speed is so great. You've got to make sure you don't miss any cues or keys in order to try and keep up with him.
Draw pass 9 go. That's still a nightmare to this day.
Yeah, I still wake up in the middle of the night and feel the guy going past me.
Chinese on the wrinkle. Here we go now. 3-19.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Space to maneuver at the 40. Wide open receiver complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Garoppolo now. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this down deep into Cincinnati territory. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. Malcolm Mitchell out of the University of Georgia was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
And tough starting field position here. They begin the drive with Coleman. Oh, he's got a little daylight. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. This secondary has been roasted in this 1st half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
They'll throw now on the final play. Flushed out, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this 1st half of play. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 71 yards. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it. That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Dolphins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Garoppolo looks to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And taken right at the 35. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now, here come the Bengals. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for the Bengals. 46 yards. Fresh set of downs here. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And some room to work. He's to the 10. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. So the chains are on their sides. It's 1st and goal from the 6.
Here we go now. Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 47. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now a handoff here to his running back. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Garoppolo. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Malcolm Mitchell, 29 yards. And it's for pride now, but the Dolphins get a bit closer. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Elsewhere, a third-quarter score. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, they're just having fun. I mean, they are clicking on every single cylinder, offense, defense, and here, special teams.
And how about the extension of the lead? This one felt a lot like, you remember Seattle-Denver Super Bowl 48? Percy Harvin to start the second half. Seattle was already firmly in control. Now, they feel like they can't be caught.
Yeah, they are firmly in control right now. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Garoppolo on the bootleg. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of... This is caught inside the 15. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. In the red zone this time. On first down, Garoppolo. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up a second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On play action, now Garoppolo. On the move to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep. This is caught inside the 5. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A big play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Leonard Williams coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This is fielded at the 7. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
This is Coleman. Room here to run. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tevin Coleman, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. And he puts it through. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. So now here come the Dolphins. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on first down. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 47. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Second down, 8. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
second down. Here's Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
To throw is Garoppolo. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he is out of bounds right around the 20. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, trying to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Hurry up, here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback who's scrambling around actually takes off and runs downfield. And that's exactly what he did.
They've gone to the 4th quarter now in Dallas. And the Cowboys have wound up winning that football game. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. And now a first down following that long gain. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this will be caught. We'll forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but